quarter here at the St Albans ground. Big Mick Arellon is back on the ground after his little indiscretion earlier in the game where he was off with a yellow card, but he's back at full forward and he could be the big man, the big difference here in this last quarter.
Yes, it depends upon his ability to get hold of the ball. The ball up as Eichler is up in the air and gets a good tap away, but to the advantage of Inverleigh. Taken a ground, drop the ball, says the umpire. North Geelong will go into attack first up here in this final quarter of the Buckley's Reserve Grade Cup Grand Final. A lot of calling from down the ground. He runs around his man the mark, drives the ball deep down towards the big men. They fly. What a pack up there, 3 and 2. Ryan Tovey comes down to ground with the ball, plays it away. No, umpire is calling. Have to bring the ball back. Benson has run away from the pack, has kicked the goal. The North Geelong players are celebrating, but I'm waiting for, hang on, the umpire has paid advantage. So that accounts. A goal kicked by Benson. He took full advantage of that call from the umpire. 5 points, ball up in the centre. Scott Eichler, again another knockout from North Geelong, but taken by the Inverleigh Crummers down to their half-forward line. Oh, Scott McKnight right on the ball of his of the Inverleigh attacker, and he's been pinged, Inverleigh. Good capture by Scott McKnight. Has played a good game across half-back for North Geelong, the North Geelong captain. We're well pleased with the effort so far. Now driving the ball out. No short games on as it taken out towards the wing side of the ground. Scrubbed by Inverleigh back towards that back pocket area, and Herbert again. Scott McKnight to take the mark for North Geelong. Will he go back across that outer wing, or will he come back into the centre? Outer wing it's to be. Drives the ball down. Who has he got looking for there? He had 2-3 players, but they were short of the ball and eventually forced over the line. Maybe that wind is playing trickier conditions than what we feel here in the commentary box on the outer side of the ground. The ball being thrown in with Inverleigh trailing North Geelong. Another good win out of the pack by Inverleigh. North Geelong crumb it quickly. Kicked off the ground. No advantage taken from that particular crumb. Inverleigh working forward. Can they take the ball? No, they can't. Stacks on the mill yet again. 1, 2, 3, 4 players coming off the ground, and the ball is on the bottom. Scott Eichler returns it to the umpire. Sorry, Jordan Eichler. Jordan up high, good two-hand knockout to his roving pair. Ferguson kicks the ball along that boundary line, looking for the boundary line and finding it as Dylan Fisher ran towards it on the boundary road side of St Albans Reserve.
Yeah, more players going down with cramp out there, and it's going to be a big thing in this last quarter. They're really struggling, some of these boys. They're slowing down. 3-minute mark of the final quarter. North Geelong well up as the ball is thrown in, punching the balls like aerial ping pong out there. Nobody be able to get foot to boot, boot to ball as it's pushed out again by North Geelong, looking for a free kick again. 1, 2, 3, 4 players finally snapped off of the ground by Inverleigh, but the umpire's pinged the North Geelong players and is giving a free kick to North Geelong, I beg your pardon. Scott McKnight centering himself well, not able to take the mark cleanly. Advantage by the Inverleigh attack, taken by McMetten. He's bounced the ball once, running backwards away from the ball as he was looking to create going towards goal was Brendan Gillett, and he ran too far.
He ran too far?
Yep.
Good call, Lansbury Lowe, out wide on the grandstand side of the wing to our friend Beercroft. A 4-man pack forms off the hands of that pack and over the ground. And another player down with cramp. Alex Cashins, he's down on the ground, cramping himself up. They're looking for the ball. Their players are giving a bit of a scruff here. Umpire's called to be thrown in, bowl it up. Emergency umpire even on the ground. Inverleigh take advantage of that. No, played wide. Lansbury Lowe plays it out. And here's an advantage to the boy with the flashing blue boots. Fraser Bumby kicks it over the top. Across to Cashins, he drives it carefully down towards Toby Ryan, misses him on the half balance, well taken away from that defence by Jake Elford. He drives it wide to the wing. Who's going to be there first? Inverleigh with Gillett playing the ball short along the ground, not to any clear advantage, allows the North Geelong defence to place up and take on. Scott night in there yet once again, but Inverleigh through the auspices of Bradley Price, kick towards goal. Michael Allen looking towards to take the ball, but not towards his favour as it's ran towards goal by the North Geelong defence and through for a behind. North Geelong playing safe football on that occasion. 12-11 to 9 goals 4. We've got the leading commentary team getting prepared for the big finals match this afternoon, the grand final between Bellpost Hill and Bannockburn, as the ball is kicked back towards the Inverleigh goal.
It's a mark to Inverleigh, I think.
It's a mark to Inverleigh, right on the line, Harry Lamond. Harry Lamond has taken the mark in the square. There are players coming off with cramp, left, right and centre. Andrew Fergus, Lamond, Harry has kicked. And what's Harry done? Harry's kicked it across the goal and kicked the goal. I thought he'd missed it at that stage, Coxie.
I think it was James Brackley, actually, Graham, number 45.
45, was it? Wasn't Harry Lamond. James Brackley. We'll give it to little Jimmy B. Nothing like a JB after the game and driving safely. Inverleigh, 10 goals 4, 64. Trailing North Geelong Magpies 12-10, 82 on the Pulse FM scoreboard here at St Albans Recreation Reserve. The sun is shining. There's shadows on the ground. They're breaking down at the 6.5 minute mark already. There's changes occurring. Interchange benches working furiously at the present time. The ball being lifted in the air. Up they go. Inverleigh's Mitchell Lister. The big men fly. On the ground is Grenfell. Grenfell not able to get it clear. There's still Lister in there, still trying to get the ball out. North Geelong not being favoured, and he's hang on. The umpire's blowing the whistle, and he has awarded a free kick, broken it up and given it to Inverleigh's Fraser Brumby, former Premier of Victoria. Fraser in the middle, looking for a long bomb. They're saying he kicks it long. Oh, it's touched off the boot from the man on the mark. Has Hagger bowls. Big Gareth tries to break his way through the pack. The Inverleigh captain brought the ball to a halt. He'll go back and look to participate in this ruck. Now he's backing towards our back line. The ball up. It's punched out of defence by Lister. Dribbled along the ground by Inverleigh in the back. Oh, he's going to pay it. He fell on top of the Inverleigh player in Brenton Gillett as he fell towards the ground, and Gillett looking for the lead, kicks the left foot, hooks it across towards that pocket. Michael Allen not there to be able to take the ball. Good work by North Geelong, working the ball away. Gillett trying to break through. Oh, beautiful football there by Eichler as he spun his way through there. North Geelong into attack. Lansbury low, kicks long, kicks hard. Toby Ryan has taken the mark. Been a key forward for them, Cogsy.
Toby Ryan been a great player up in the forward line. Very, very fast leading player and taken a couple of marks. He kicked a couple of goals, I think, for the North Geelong Magpies, and he has a chance here to put the margin back out to the 4 goals. We've played 8.5 minutes into this final quarter of the Buckley's Cup.
The Pulse FM final quarter of the Buckley's Reserve Grade Grand Final 2016. Toby Ryan looking for his 3rd and North Geelong's 13th. Fall short of the goals over the top and one behind. North Geelong 12-11, 83, leading Inverleigh 10-4-64 at the 9 minute mark of the final quarter. Inverleigh kicking out defence. They've got to create, they've got to look for some space, they've got to run, and that's difficult when you've been playing nearly 100 minutes of football on this ground. The ball up out towards the half-forward flank, looking for a mark on the Inverleigh side, not allowable. The Inverleigh defence very strong on the ground. 2, 3, 4 of them pack up on the ball, and the umpire again has no opportunity but to say, I'll have it, gentlemen, and throw it aloft. Let's create some space. Up they fly. A good knockout from Inverleigh. Again, not to their advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this time. It's great we're learning numerics this afternoon, Cogsy. You'll be able to learn how to count past 3 after that. The ball up. Again, Inverleigh trying to take the ball out of there. Mitchell Lister. They're trying to work the ball, but they're not getting any support from their grubbers. It's the North Geelong Crummers that have been working hard and bottling up the ball underneath them as they fall to ground. And here we've got another ball up in about 30 seconds. Be a long last quarter if we keep up this pattern of play. Lister again draws the ball to his body, pulls it out in the open, tries to handball it out in the open, and the run of the umpire says, no thank you gentlemen, I'll have it yet once again. The ball has moved 10 metres, and this is the 5th throw up of the ball we've had in the last minute of play. It's been a pattern throughout the day. Good double-fisted knockout from Inverleigh, but to no advantage. And again, the North Geelong players look to open it up, and this they have done so. Open up towards their forward, and Lansbury Low gets the handball away, out towards the Inverleigh defence is still remaining strong. Who's going to break away with this ball? It's Lansbury Low kicking towards goal again. No, it wasn't.
Matty Jones. I think Matty Jones has put it through.
Yes, number 17. He came flashing through from that the outer side of that particular pack. Lansbury Low had the ball low and handballed it out, and Jones was the recipient, took the ball high and well and kicked it very well on his right foot, kicking it around the body and very safely through for a North Geelong Magpie goal at the 11-minute mark of the Pulse FM grand final quarter of Buckley's Reserve Grade Cup. North Geelong 13-11, 89, 25-point leaders over Inverleigh 10-4, 64. Players on the ground doing stretching work continuously.
Yes, Graham, that was a very handy goal there to Matt Jones.
Could be a match winner, Cogs.
Yep, that means that, they're going to have to kick, I think, 5 or 6 goals now in Inverleigh.
Well, they have to kick 5 to get back in the game, and they're not creating enough play. North Geelong out of the centre again. Lansbury Low, the man making the and creating the space. Kick off the ground.
In danger,
In danger, as against Inverleigh, and will come back to North Geelong, and they force themselves back into attack. Still got a number of players. They're definitely playing a defensive quarter. Now he's playing it backwards as he goes back to another spare man for North Geelong. Scott Eichler now coming onto the ground, and he's calling for the ball, and it runs towards the boundary, and I'd say is out of bounds on the full, and is a free kick to Inverleigh, and it will be Heath Hutchison to take that free kick for Inverleigh on the true wing position, kicking towards goal. Here on 94.7 The Pulse, the home of country football. Real footy is local footy. They kick the ball long. All round the neck, North Geelong, gotta be. That was a real coat hanger. And you see, he wasn't able to take the kick for himself, but he handballed on quickly to the man who's been creating a lot of space in Benson. Benson plays it back towards the boundary line, over the line, out of bounds. 25-point leaders. North Geelong played back in towards the centre. Daniel Andrews, his opponent Brent Ling. Brent, number 1 for Inverleigh. Had a pretty quiet game as Brent, but he's kicked this one in, and it's he's handballed it away because he is absolutely crippled up with cramp, and it's taken to the North Geelong advantage, and they're coming forward across in the centre area, but there's 3-4 North Geelong players. Inverleigh players. Brent Ling goes to ground with the ball. Lansbury Low plays hard. He's played a good third and fourth quarter. On the bounce over the head of both the North Geelong and the Inverleigh player, now crippling up with cramp. And it's going to be to the favour of North Geelong. No, the umpire's bringing it back. We've got an Inverleigh player down on the wing and in cramp. And here comes the flashing boots. He likes them from North Geelong. Cameron Fletcher. He's got to kick this ball across the goal into the true Ashley Yost, and he's going to play it out to Dylan Morton, and Morton will take it on the run. He kicks it long, low, and who should hit it right on the belly button of Toby Ryan. Now, come on, Toby, you've kicked 2, but you've had quite a few shots at goal. You've certainly been a focal point for North Geelong to kick to today, and you certainly deserve another couple of majors on your scorecard, and it could be the nail in the proverbial coffin for North Geelong. 94.7 The Pulse FM, bringing in this last quarter of the Buckley's Reserve Grade Cup Grand Final. Toby Ryan from North Geelong lining up for his third. He kicks it. He kicked the ground. He's kicked it. He's gone to ground. He kicked the ground on the way through, and he's maybe injured his leg, but anyway, it fell short, allowing Inverleigh to be able to clear. Andrew Ferguson took the handball and created it back, and North Geelong back into attack. Here he comes again, Lansbury Low, handballs it back. Ferguson kicks into the man on the mark. North Geelong not able to get that ball well clear of Inverleigh. Inverleigh now backing up across the half-back line, not able to take the ball. Free kick, Inverleigh. It's going to be Gillett take the ball. He plays it wide out on that wing, and who should he play it across to? Grenfell, he's Brendan Grenfell, who kicks it long to centre half forward. Michael Allen out towards, he's in the centre square. The big full forward looking, but Andrew Ferguson takes the crumbs for North Geelong. Benson handball safely across to the half-back line, and it's going to be Fletcher in front, misses the mark. Well backed up in Inverleigh as they try and force the boy Fletcher. Ball forward, Fletcher backs up. Will he take it over the line out of bounds? The pressure was right on him then. The Pulse FM scoreboard, 13-11-89, North Geelong leading Inverleigh 10-4-64 at the 15.5-minute mark of this final quarter of the Buckley's Reserve Grade Cup in 2016. North Geelong look like they're going to take it 25 points up after a brilliant third quarter and a more sustainable final quarter. They've already kicked 2 goals, 1 to Inverleigh's 1 goal, 1, and they're manning up very extensively, which is a good sign for a winning team. Could the Magpies take home another Premiership Cup to the Keith Barclay Oval? Time will tell. And time is 16 minutes ticked over, 20-minute plus time on. So they've probably got 5 or 6 minutes left of play, given the third quarter was played for only 24 minutes. The ball forced again towards the boundary line in front of the pavilion. Inverleigh taking the ball in attack with Cations, putting the ball towards centre. Grenfell taking the ball on that occasion. He's looking, trying to create down the field. Gillett, he'll go on the left foot. He's calling, he's frustrated. Where can I kick to? He's not getting any of the leads. They're tired. You can tell the way they're running, some of the players, and moving towards the ball. It'll be a match of the fittest as Inverleigh break their way through. Hagabowles has a shot for goal. He used his strength and kicks it behind. He forced his way into that pack, bullied the ball, put it to boot, and bought himself a behind. So it brings Inverleigh 1 point closer, 10-4-64. To 13-12-90, the North Geelong Magpies leading the way over the Inverleigh Hawks.
Beecroft takes a mark out there at half-back for the North Geelong Magpies.
Your mate Beecroft, Andrew Ferguson looking for the ball inside, but he's miskicked again. It's certainly showing the way in which the players are running towards the ball at this point in time. They're tired. Cogsy chips it across the top, looking for Hagabowles. Hagabowles on the receiving end of a hand pass. Ferguson breaks through, takes a bounce, looks around, runs around, takes a second bounce. Handballs back to one of his North Geelong teammates, but not a good kick as charging through the field. Fletcher kicks it forward and Inverleigh to advantage. And they're going to kick themselves. Kyle Gillett on the big right foot. He's forced it out towards that half-forward flank again, but to advantage. Handball out of the pack, and it's Fraser Brumby taking the ball, but North Geelong remaining firm in defence over the top. Diving on the ball, North Geelong defence. They're saying ball. Mine, says the umpire. And on that, why aren't they kicking the ball straight down the ground, Cogsy, at this crucial stage of the game?
Well, I think they're out on their legs, most of the players out in this ground. It's, they're not used to playing the time on in these reserve grade games. North Geelong are the fitter side at the moment. They're running on a lot stronger than Inverleigh, and at the 18.5-minute mark, it's going to take a miracle, I reckon, for Inverleigh to get back here.
The Pulse FM scoreboard shows North Geelong 13-11-89, 24-point leaders over Inverleigh 10-5-65. Don't forget, Cogsy, we've got to look for the AFL Big Best on Ground Award to be made at the presentations after this game. It's going to be difficult because it hasn't been a very open game. Scott, there we go, Jordan Eichler, he's been a very fine player for North Geelong in the ruck. Ruck tirelessly all day. Ooh, a clash of the heavies as we saw Tim McDonald fight hard for the ball for North Geelong. Here comes one of the best on the ground in Andrew Ferguson. He allows one of his teammates in Lansbury Lowe, also one of the good players, to take the ball, open up into space. Can North Geelong take advantage of this? It's Premier Andrews breaking for the ball. He runs to the 50-metre line, kicks the ball long. Where are they? Toby Ryan took the big grab, and there has been a point. I thought he was going to take the snapshot there, come back and try and hook it around the corner. 13-12-90. North Geelong plays Inverleigh 10-5-65 on the Pulse FM scoreboard. Inverleigh desperately trying, and now they're kicked the ball. That wasn't on the full. That ball just got on you, Daniel Andrews, Premier of Victoria. He called for a bounce on the full, but it did bounce clearly just inside the white line, and we'll take a throw in directly in front of the scoreboard, the broadcast box, with Jordan Eichler Not much of him, but he has done tireless work today for North Geelong. But though the throw-in favoured East Geelong, Inverloy. And Inverloy, Michael Allen trying to take the ball, but it bounced off the belly, Cogsy. And it went over the line and out of bounds. 25 points to make up. The 20-minute mark has ticked over. Time on is now being played in the Buckley's Reserve Grade Grand Final for 2016 with North Geelong 25-point leaders. You can start writing the name on the Buckley's Cup for Reserve Grade Premiers in season 2016 as North Geelong break away from the backline. Scott McKnight goes forward. He kicks it, then it's marked from Kane. That's Kane Schwennerson. He's well up and truly up the ground as Fergie breaks through the pack. Yet again, he's gone.
Good tackle.
We can see it coming. Andrew couldn't have the rear vision mirrors on, and it was a good call by Fraser Brumby as he will go back and take a kick to put Inverleigh yet into attack. Into time on. Gareth Haggerboles. Oh, he got both hands to it, failed to hang on to it. Inverleigh desperately trying to work it forward, unable to do so. This North Geelong defence has been great. Lansbury low. He's gone again. No, he hasn't. Inverleigh working. Grenfell handballs the ball over the top. Spiller takes the ball, handballs it across to Elliott. He kicks it forward. Looking for Michael Allen, nowhere in defence. Scott McWright was looking to take control of the ball. Went across the top of his head. Michael Allen tried to take control. Fails to do so. Dumps the North Geelong player to the ground and will be pinged. It will be a free kick for holding the man to North Geelong. And it'll be... We're into time on, yes, certainly are. It was 21-minute mark. And the best on ground medal is
named after Jeff McClure, the Jeff McClure medal, it's called.
The Jeff McClure medal, best on ground in the Reserves Grade Grand Final. Jeff has been a great stalwart of the Geelong District Football League as a player and as an administrator, and hopefully he will be able to present his own medal here today on the St Albans Reserve. North Geelong 13-12-90, leading Inverleigh 10-5-65 on the Pulse FM scoreboard as Inverleigh take the mark. Siren at the 22-minute 20 seconds mark of the final quarter. So at the final quarter, the scoreboard, the Pulse FM scoreboard, as North Geelong players and supporters stream onto the ground. North Geelong Magpies 13-12-90, 25-point winners over Inverleigh 10-5-65, setting a wonderful scene for the senior grand final to take place between Bellpost Hill and Bannockburn today on the St Albans ground. We'll take a short break here on Pulse FM 94.7 and we'll be back with you shortly with presentations and a preview of the big grand final with the big boys of Geelong and District Football.